Legend War here, and today we've got a rating your Doomstack video covering a vampire account, Caravan of Blue Roses, Mortis Engine Doomstack, going up against Laura Lawn Forest. They got two full stacks here. Now, here's the thing. I think it's important when doing this series of rating Doomstacks, is that I don't just cover the Doomstacks that I personally like. That if something is sent in that is being claimed as a Doomstack, that I should at least give it a fair chance. However, my initial thoughts on this is that this is not a good Doomstack. I'm not saying that Mortis Engines are bad. Mortis Engines are great, but if you only have Mortis Engines, I think that's a really dumb idea, because Mortis Engines have extreme weaknesses. But let's jump in here, give it a fair chance, and see how it goes. So, here are the things that are immediately crossing through my mind. One, Mortis Engines are one of the most expensive units in the Vampire account roster. And of course, if you've got enough money, then sure, why not? But I think that as far as one unit spams go, you would probably be better off with like Vargulfs or Terrorgeists against something like this. Mortis Engines are primarily great for backing up melee infantry. You get into a blob with melee infantry, have a Mortis Engine in there, it dishes out tons of damage in a blob. The other thing is that Mortis Engines are super weak against single entities. They're just not good at dishing out damage to them. So the Mortis Engine effect as well doesn't stack. But we'll have to see how we go. Now, these two Necromancers here, they're both on corpse cards. They are going to get targeted by missile units 100%. If we want to keep them alive, we really should keep them out of the fight. But I'm going to test the Doomstack. Okay, he put them on a corpse cart. We're going to use them on a corpse cart. He didn't give any instructions on how to use these guys here. He didn't say, just leave the Master Necromancer out of combat. He didn't seem to give them much missile resistance, so... But my instincts here tell me don't use these units here. I think it's a possibility I can win this battle, but I'm really worried that these guys here are going to get smashed. So what I want to do with them is try to keep them on this flank over here, which is far away from this reinforcement, because this one here has more missile units in the army. As for taking out single entities, I think it's entirely up to these two here. Now, we don't have that many single entities to deal with, so we could potentially win the battle via inflicting the army losses. And then another thing is that each of these do have lesser raise the dead, but I wouldn't count on that too heavily. Now, normally in a one unit Doomstack, I would like just blob them up and then charge. However, since these abilities don't stack and there's so many missile units, that's probably not a good idea. So what we want to do here is spread out, charge at them right away. I do not want to wait for enemy reinforcements. I think that'll make the battle unnecessarily difficult for them. And I just don't have confidence with this army. I understand that for different armies I do different things, but what I try to do is try to at least win the battle while using the army. Whereas if I let this one come in here, I think that we might actually lose. So let's see how this goes. Alright, so what we want to do to begin with is use the Vampire to try to herd away the Glade Guard just a little bit. I got no problem with using its magic, because none of these spells here are overpowered, and we're not going to rely on them entirely to win the battle. So what we want to do here is just charge in on the archers. They probably won't shoot at it, but that lord will. The point of which is to get them to face the wrong way, so that when the Mortis Engines come in, they don't shoot at it. That's it. We don't need to do a charge bonus on the Mortis Engines, because all they need to do is just go into melee. That's it. That's it. These two come over here. Your job is to go there. Okay, let's go kill the enemy lord. Okay, now on the flanks, let's start popping down this, because that's where the heaviest attacks is going to be coming in from. I did get in there. Alright, I'm going to need to do that. Get this one out of here. She can't seem to fight this dude very well at all. How far off are you? Should look how much damage is... Oh, right, yeah, they're shooting at it. Yeah, I told you this would happen. We gotta get this one out of here. There's just no way I can use this. Yeah.
Join my minions in undeath.
Get these out of here. You can't use them. Look, they just target you, and you're way too slow. Get that one out of there. So use the zombie summons to try to soak up some damage. But yeah, they're really good at taking out infantry, the Mortis engines. These heroes are struggling a little bit. Okay, enemy reinforcements have arrived. Bounce power's okay. Try to keep this dude alive. But yeah, I can't even get close there. I gotta get these ones out of here. Oh, this one's taking a bit too much damage before we fight in the tree man. Yep. Dead out of there. Okay, get these ones back over here a little bit. Just leave some summons behind. Okay, these two should come over this way just a little bit and go and pick up a heal so they don't get killed. Because they could get regeneration from the Mortis engines, I suppose. Right, I need to kill this dude.
Mortis engine. An ancient power is rising. Necromancer.
Right,
Mortals will perish.
come on, try to get these two out of here. I knew it was a mistake to bring them in there, but I wanted to give them a chance. Okay, we got incoming over here. Try to finish up with this army. How are we going over here? Can't get them out of here. Yeah, they're really gunning for the heroes. Trying to get them out. They just don't have enough missile resistance to really be going up against the Wood Elves in this battle. Just get the fuck out of there. What's he doing? Okay, we got a lot coming in over here.
Grant me this boon. A new order comes.
Okay, the Mortis engines themselves are doing okay.
Awake,
Here we go. These guys here. If they can get into the forest, they might be able to get away. But yeah, the Mortis engines themselves, they're doing alright. For sure. I reckon you should have put these two here, these two corpse carts, on, sorry, necromancers. They should be on a horse, so they can actually move around quickly. Because I would like them over here to use their spells, but because they're so slow, I just can't justify bringing them in there. Yep. Need some more zombies.
Arise, legions, arise!
They did have some value in this battle in just keeping the enemy away from us. Okay, I need to get these two over here. They've just got to go get a... No, this one should be okay to keep fighting. But this one here needs in the heck.
At once. I hunger.
Okay, good. They're hidden for now. That's good. These two are over here just fine. Maybe pop down to summon. So the summons are good to just soak up a bit of damage. Don't need to pop them all down at once or else it's just not going to do much. Best to use them a little bit at a time. Where's this one? Okay, move it to the back of the line.
Yes, awake, minions.
Yeah, it's winning.
I'm in your thrall. A new order comes. Time to kill. Still my beating heart. Beautiful decay. All before us will.
Alright, them using Flock of Doom here does not really hurt us.
We are immortal.
She did a lot of damage. Well, we'll see how much individually these ones here did as well. They should have done a fair bit. Ended up in a bit of a blob.
Your time has come. Death magic. Swiftly.
Alright, you can get back over here. But let's refrain from using any more Padis Shades. I feel like she's done enough damage. Okay, all the Mortis engines are here now. Alright, so still a few archers out this way. Which, Mortis engines are faster than these archers, but they're also already quite beat up, so maybe don't worry about them too much. Okay, we've got damaged ones that we should move to the rear, let them regenerate a bit. Alright, let's how about we do an overcasted withering. Let's try that. Probably a bad idea.
We are the new order. At once. Life ends. Mortis engine. Yes, yes.
How's he doing?
It shall be done.
Alright, there's the army losses. Right, so we won. So you can definitely make this work, for sure. But my biggest concern with this is that it seems to me incredibly impractical. But anyway, let's end the battle here, have a little look at what's going on with it, and then I'll make my judgment. It did go better than I thought it would. The Mortis engines, I thought that we would lose a few of them, but some of them took some damage, but for the most part, they survived. With the Necromancers, that happened exactly as I thought it would, that the AI would target them, and that they would go down like a bitch, and they did, which is why I pulled them out. I think this guy here was mostly targeted on single entities for the battle, which is why he didn't get that many kills. The Wizard did a great job. There were some really good blobs in there. I didn't overcast any Pit of Shades, just did some regular casted ones. Probably didn't need to do that, because it seems like the Mortis engines did have the situation. The biggest concern was definitely the archers, and popping down a lot of the zombie summons did redirect a lot of that fire. So maybe having the Necromancers is good, but I reckon they should have been on horseback, and what you do is you cast the zombie summons around the place to act as meat shields to just redirect some of their fire. You know, if you're going to do this sort of thing.
They will serve.
Alright, looks like it's our turn. We're with the attacker there. Now, let's have a look. This army costs 12,559. Now, you might look at this and be like, yeah, but you've got the money for it. Sure, when he already owns half the map, right? And what good is a Doomstack that, quite frankly, was bad in auto-resolve? So you're going to have to fight just about every single battle manually. And that, honestly, can be a bit tricky. Like, there was some times that we really could have lost these Mortis engines. Now, if we compare this to... Okay, so how many supply lines are you at? 33, because 33 of them. So 644 cost. If we were to look at a different type of army, different type of unit, I need to look to see where you might have a Terrorgeist somewhere. So yeah, they're way more expensive than Cryptoras. There's a Terrorgeist. Okay, Terrorgeists are more expensive than Mortis engines, for sure. Way more expensive. So fair enough on that. But Heroes... 603. Yeah, honestly, I think you'd be better off with like, a White King spam than Mortis engine spam. Just having... Even just one Mortis engine army, I think, is fine. Like, look at this one here. This is not... complete garbage. Half of the army is zombies, the rest of this is okay. It's half the price.
Yes, my sire.
Of course, you're gonna have a lot of zombies playing as Ghost. Yeah, look at this one here. It's 1/3 the price. Half the price. Third the price. So it's his most expensive army. So yeah, if you want to build this kind of army, I guess you could, but I would say the practicality of this is like negative a billion. It's like just not, it's not that impractical. It's like no points at all for practicality. In terms of strength, I would say this is mid-range strength, because there are so many armies that you can go up against in this game that would just destroy this, because it has lopsided strength. If you're going to use something like this, it's only good against infantry spams. If you go up against, or maybe cavalry spams can handle it as well. If you're going up against lots of monsters, lots of single entities, that kind of stuff, you're not going to be able to handle it at all, because these units here, they don't have high weapon strength. The Mortis engine effect does more damage to high entity numbers, so you're going to be relying very heavily on these two heroes here, so that's not good. So it's very lopsided strength. And in terms of ease of use, it's not that difficult to use. It depends on the situation. The more difficult of the army that you go up against, the more you're going to have to work hard to understand the strengths and weaknesses. But if you're just going up against, let's just say, a spam of Orc Boys, which using a Doomstack to take out a bunch of Orc Boys is excessive, but let's just hypothetically say you were going up against somebody just melee infantry spam, you could just throw them into melee and then just forget about them. So that's true. So in terms of ease of use, it's kind of like medium. So in summary, no practicality whatsoever. This is so impractical that doesn't have my seal of approval at all. You know, you could do it if you really want to, and when you're like really late in the campaign, but you could get two other armies that could be way more effective than this. So it's just not It's just not practical whatsoever. In terms of strength, it's okay. Not top marks, not bottom marks. It's okay. You know, because you could go up against stuff that could be really difficult. Those armies there were nothing particularly special. You know, we didn't take out the monsters and single entities, really. And ease of use is, you know, sort of moderate. But yeah, appreciate this guy sending this Doomstack in. I don't like it as a Doomstack. I like Mortis Engines, don't get me wrong. I think they're great units. But I don't think they're great to spam. You know, putting 1 or 2 of them in your army makes perfect sense to me. Making your army nothing but Mortis Engines just makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. I just can't get behind this whatsoever. But anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. This Doomstack here does not have my seal of approval, but I appreciate it being sent in. And appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time, fuckers. Bye.